Hello once again, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, with two very, very different but equally awesome unboxings. Okay? The first is from a company called Super 7, which I'm going to get to. Actually, it's first, but I'm going to do it second. I announced it first. They released something fairly cool recently, and I wanted to I decided to add it to the Star Wars collection, even though it's more Star Wars adjacent. But I will show you that in a minute. The other one is, well, a tale of eBay. And what happened with this is an item that I ordered on Entertainment Earth, which is normally a site that I'm very happy with and I trust and enjoy working with. But they decided that there was an item, they didn't decide this, I'm sure, but there was an item that went back ordered for nearly a year and a half. In fact, I believe it might have actually been longer than a year and a half. So I finally looked around and saw that other people were showcasing them on their channels, and I was like, wait a minute, I know that this item should be coming. And I've been burned by Entertainment Earth before. When something lasts, approaches a year and a half to 2 years before you can get it, then eventually you end up getting an email that says, sorry, we had to cancel the order. I'm like, really? So I was able to locate it on eBay I made an eBay offer, and then the cost ended up being just a few dollars more than what I would have paid when you added shipping. So let's unbox it now. Now, for some of you might be like, I can't believe you went off and spent money on this, but I don't care what people say. This still conjures up wonderful memories of the vintage years. So kids, welcome to the wonderful world of Ewoks. Okay, these are stylized figures done in the style of the very, very last breath of the original Kenner Star Wars line. You see, after Power of the Force, which included the coins, and they had made their 17, the last 17 we keep hearing about, the only toys that Kenner produced were in relation to the only Star Wars property that was still going, which was the Saturday morning cartoon of droids and Ewoks. Now, as a child, not really a child, I was actually a young teenager, 13 years old, I actually enjoyed both the droids and Ewoks cartoon. I liked droids a little better because I felt like the droids cartoon was just a little more closer related relation to the Star Wars universe that I knew. There were TIE fighters and B-Wing fighters and A-Wing fighters and a bunch of new vehicles and new characters. Then you got the familiar sound effects. But it would run on Saturday morning, and it would be the kind of first half of the Lucas hour, and the second half would be Ewoks. And the Ewoks was obviously meant to be steered towards a younger crowd than me, but I still enjoyed watching them. I did not really keep up with it. The droids only lasted one season, but Ewoks lasted 2. So they did create figures for both properties, and they did create some figures, and they included some coins. So these are kind of updated versions, but using the box. Now, they made a 2-pack here. You got Wicket, and you got Nisa. And this is kind of like the look from the cartoon, okay? So we're going to take a look at these now, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to open that. Looks like right here. I'm not going to take them out of their other packaging. I'm just going to take them out of this one for now. Cool. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is maybe go and grab one of the original. Now, we've got the Ewok Wicket figure, and it comes with a coin. Although the coin looks more almost like a penny, like a copper-colored coin. Okay, this was like a big thing back then. This is what they did. It's got the Kenner logo on the bottom, and on the back it just shows you the 2 that you could receive. I don't think these are available separately. I think you had to buy them as a 2-pack here from the TV series, and even and this is very similar in terms of box art. I'm gonna grab. I don't know if I have a Wicket figure, but I'm gonna grab, and there's Nisa. Okay, Nisa's awesome. Okay, I love the coins, guys. I've actually, you're going to see in a future episode, I've actually started trying to assemble a collection of the coins. I have a bunch from when I purchased my original Power of the Force figures, but I want to, start to build up that collection. I can't complete it. Some of them are just way too rare, but I will try to build it up a little bit. So there's Princess Nisa. And again, these are modern takes on the figures. I don't know if these are repacks. Probably are to some degree. But they've definitely not, they're repacks, but they're definitely repaints because they colored their hoods to be a little more closer related to the TV show, to the cartoon. All right, so let me grab an old one and see how they compare. So, I do not have a Wicket figure, so I have no direct comparison to this Wicket, but I do have a, what is he? I forget who he is. Logray. I have a Logray, and you can see, comparing the two, they have a very similar look. I do believe that they are, well, I mean, Hasbro has been like really pushing the nostalgia and running a lot of, they have the whole vintage collection. They've taken some of the Black Series figures and put them into vintage carded looks of packaging. So here's an example of an original Logray. I believe the only other ones you could get Wicket. Looks like those might be the only ones, at least in this version. This might be the only Ewoks you can get. There's the rest of them are Duloks, which are here's some back here. You can see Duloks are all of the other, like the kind of the, evil cousins of the Ewoks, I guess you could say. They needed to have an antagonist, right? So an antagonist. So there you go. All right, but there's a shot of Wicket. Okay, I've been trying to up here, right here it is. So you can see very, very different. Obviously they're trying to do a more modern take on the figure. But the card art and the card and the coin is in fact a bronze copperish looking coin. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, now I'm not quite sure how I want to display these. I don't think I want to put them back in the box. I think I will in fact hang them up on the rafters in their own little cases. But you know what? For now, I think I am going to put them back just because I don't want to lose them. So, again, thank you. They put a nice little, kind of setup in here to keep it so that you can't. I like having the option of taking stuff out to take a look at and then putting back. I think that's a nice thing. But it is nice to display them like this too. All right, so there you go. That's cool. Now for something completely different. Let's show you what this is. Super 7. For those who don't know, Super 7 is a company that creates. It's kind of cornered the market on, you can say, low. I don't want to say low quality, but low. Minimal amount of articulation, minimal amount of paint apps, figures in the style of the 1970s and 80s figures, okay, from properties that never had them. Another company that has done stuff like this is Reaction, right? Funko has gotten in on it as well, all right? But this is Super 7, and they created 3 figures, and they call them the worst. The worst. So we have 3 here. We have the Cortex Commander, which is, and again, you can see, take one look at this figure real quick. If I went bloop, and you would say, "Oh, did you just flash up a? What's it called? A blue snaggletooth? No, it's not a blue snaggletooth. Sorry for the glare. It is in fact, but it is done in the style of it. So their tagline for these are: there are good guys, there are bad guys, and there are the worst. Okay, and this is like this is a tracker, loyal to none action figure. Okay, and it's so funny because he doesn't really look closely. He doesn't even have a head. He's got a brain. That's it. So they're very creative, but done definitely in the style of the Cantina, right? So I just think these are a really cool idea. I'm sure they're just kind of like mashed up together. I don't, you know what? Forget the I'm taking them out of the package. Why? The only problem with taking them out of the package is that I'm going to totally forget who they are. But I don't care. They're just going to... Oh my God, his brain is exposed! Ah! His brain! His brain is exposed! Get back in there. Yeah, okay. Oh, good. It stays on there. Kind of comes with a cool, almost like a pirate pistol. But that is such a cool... I'm just excited to have another figure that looks like it would fit in the creature Cantina. And that's where it's going to go. It even has the big pegs on the bottom. Put them right in the Cantina. For now, I'm going to just kind of lay him up here. Have him kind of hang out with Max Rebo up top here. Now let's look at this one. This is X1. Okay, X1, the surly assassin. Definitely got IG-88 vibes, right? And this, tall thing. Now, some people have complained about these. Oh, these are reaction figures, by the way, folks. I said they're from Super 7, but I guess Super 7 and Reaction are either the same company or one bought out the other or what have you. So they are, in fact, reaction figures. And I really love this concept. The concept of creating figures for properties that never existed. But in this case, they are now... I haven't really been... I think the only one... I collected some Batman ones from the Adam West Batman, and I collected one figure. I got Marty McFly and Doc Brown to give to my daughter, who's a big Back to the Future fan. So am I, but I don't collect it. And then the other one was the Rocketeer. Okay, those are the only ones I own outside of Star Wars. But this guy, he fits in the Star Wars universe. He's not part of another property, so I'm just going to put him right in there. All right. Of course, I'm going to forget his name. I'm sorry, X1. Who do we got here? We got X1, and we got the Cortex Commander. Also, I think there might be a kind of a throwback to G.I. Joe as well, although G.I. Joe had more articulation. And now this guy, I mean, come on. Look at him. Holy cow. There's no way that you are going to tell me that this wasn't inspired by Walrus Man, right? Oh, yes, right down to he's got an arm. He's a questionable smuggler. He comes with an arm. He comes with a spare... Look at this thing. It's a spare hand. But it's not for him, I don't think. No, I just think he's holding it for somebody else. All right. Kudos to the folks over at Reaction Figures for not only giving us a nod to the Walrus Man, a Pando Baba, but also including a spare arm. Why the heck does he have a spare arm? What's the story behind that? Although I will say, this one really looks like somebody just took the head off a Walrus Man and put this cat, tiger face thing on top of him. So I don't know. But I do love it. I love seeing that type of thing. So I'm really excited about it. I gotta say, they did have a second series, or a first series, I should say. This is the second series. But the first series, to me, felt less Star Warsy. It felt more like it was... It felt less about Star Wars and more about other properties, maybe Pirates of the Caribbean, that kind of thing. But these guys, I'm sorry. I just think that they're awesome. Actually, let me get my other ones back down here. Let's stand them up here. Sorry for my microphone cable in the way here. Let's see if I can... Go away, my cable, go away. All right, there we go. So there we go. They stand pretty well. They cover the stand test. Even this dude with his... Yeah, remember that. Remember those problems back in the day, trying to keep your figure standing. Crazy stuff. There you go. All right. So just a real cool way to add more denizens to your Cantina. I'm really excited for that. We have that Cantina HasLab that I did purchase, so it'll be coming, and I'll want to fill it with a lot of different figures, both new and old. So this is a great way to have that old style figure, right? And then of course we got the Ewoks, which are a great 2-pack of two modern day looking figures, but in the paint app of the mid 80s TV show. So some nice nostalgia all around. Really cool stuff. So you can still get this you can still pre-order. So if you pre-order it through Amazon or not Amazon, Entertainment Earth, it says it's delivering January of 2025. But beware, they may cancel the order. I ended up getting this on eBay, and you can find it for reasonable prices. And these guys are still available. They just got released on Super 7. Really cool stuff. Super 7, keep it up. Keep making us some more figures that are meant to be fit in the Cantina. Background characters that you're your own creation. And I know I'm going to keep buying them because they're really cool. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Check out all the content on Darth Tuba. Check out all my playlists. Thanks, Red5, for supporting the channel. You can also find me on Instagram and X at Darth Tuba. Check out Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.